Like I said, we'll get started with the show very shortly. So when we're getting into the TikTok fan, I got a couple videos I'm gonna play. We're gonna talk about it a little bit. To make sure I join get in here with this light. I'm gonna get to at least 10K by the time we're done with this stream. So yeah, get it popping. Yo, what is up, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy. It's the Birdman from the Birdman Show. You've been here rocking with us. So you already know what to do. So go ahead and do it with us. That is right. We are here on the Birdman Show, right here on TikTok. We are also streaming on YouTube as well. I am joined by Hydro. Hydro, how are you doing? Good, sir.
I am doing good. I'm blessed. I woke up today. I got all my limbs, got all my fingers, my vision, so I can't complain.
Hey, I feel you on that. I'll be honest with you though, is where I be feeling sometimes from these injuries from the military. These limbs. Ooh, I'm telling you, like, man, it's good. I know. I'm glad I have them. Ooh, but Lord Jesus, they hurt. But yeah, for like I said, for those who saw the topic that was attached to this video or this live stream, I should say, we are doing a real talk version of the Birdman Show, and we're gonna talk about this TikTok ban. Now, for those who know that the ban the ban has been upheld, and seemingly after midnight tonight, we won't have TikTok anymore. Now I have a couple videos I want to share before we kind of get into this. But before we do that, first of all, Hydro, tell me. No, actually, no. I want to get into the videos. I really want to get into these videos, because the first one, it's funny. It's a funny video. However, uh, if you get past the comedy with the video and actually just look at what's going on with the video, it tells a story. And so I really just want to. I really want to be able to really hit this. As okay, it's pulling up there. Why is it on that? My apologies. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So let's take a listen to this. Like I said, it's funny, but really understand what the message is going on with here.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the.
So if I have a TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to. to access the network, to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate it if you can answer that.
Now, Shane, when you hear that, okay, when you hear that, number one, what's the first thing that kind of comes to your mind?
This guy's an idiot.
Okay.
That was, yeah, I mean, how I've always been told that there's no stupid questions. Yes, there is. And that was absolutely a stupid question. Like,
well,
I just
I
lost
look at
brain
it this way.
cells.
I hear what you're saying. I've always been told that as well, that there's no such thing as a stupid question. But my grandmother was phenomenal when it came to giving you life lessons, and advice and stuff. And the
Right.
one thing she told me, because she heard somebody tell me that one time, when I was going to ask a question, but I was like, oh, that's probably a stupid question. They're like, oh, there's no such thing as a stupid question. You know what my grandma told me after that person walked away?
What's that?
This is what she said, and God rest her soul. She looked at me and she said, "No, baby, there is no such thing as a stupid question, but there is a such thing as stupid people asking questions."
Mm,
And what I'm
right.
seeing is an older white collar man, white man asking about something he probably has absolutely no idea what he's asking about. He
No.
doesn't even know. He probably barely even knows the Wi-Fi password in his house, let alone what actually goes on with TikTok or any other, and we're gonna get into that because with this next video, I'm telling you, this next video, it almost brought a tear to my eye when I was listening to this young lady talk about TikTok, the ban, and everything else. But then she got into some really heavy stuff, and we're gonna play that video. But it bothers me that when you talk about the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court, you talk about all these freaking officials that are in Congress who have been serving for decades, which I still don't understand why Congress has a free reign, free limit, no limit on how long they can serve, and they're continuously passing bills and passing laws that affect Americans but don't affect them, and it bothers me to no end. How is it that Congress has they have free reign, they can serve however long they want to, but the presidency, they have a limit. I've never understood that. I've never in my life understood that.
Yeah,
Like
me neither.
anybody's joining in, we are talking about the TikTok ban right now. It's very irritating. It really is very irritating me. Like I said,
Very.
if everything works out, like they're talking about working out with TikTok and it being banned, definitely make sure if you want to still stay in touch with everything with the Birdman Show podcast, go over to our YouTube channel at Birdman Show Podcast 9643 to make sure you follow us, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell to make sure you stay in touch and up to date with everything going on with the Birdman Show. Um, this bothers me. And the reason why it bothers me, yes, we can talk about the whole free speech aspect of TikTok, but I think what bothers me more about it is the thing what I saw on TikTok and the arguments I hear the Congress that are they're trying to just that have been pushing this as far as propaganda or this is that. There's more propaganda on Facebook, on Instagram, on all the meta platforms that are being used than there has ever been on TikTok. I heard one
Yep.
congressman say something about, well, what about your there was a and he gave a name of a young man. I'm not going to repeat his name, but he gave a name of a young man who ended up unaliving himself. And they said, well, he went on your platform and he saw videos about people unaliving themselves or pushed agenda about unaliving themselves, this and that. I'm like, I see more of that on freaking Facebook. I see more of that on any other pretty much any other platform that I've ever seen on freaking TikTok. I have never seen one freaking video on TikTok on my feed about anything that has to do with the Chinese government or anything else like that. Never.
No. No.
The thing about
No.
these politicians that are coming forward saying, "Oh, well, these people, they search for this, that." They searched. Are you now gonna go after Google? Are you gonna go after Bing? Are you gonna go after all these other search engines where you can literally type in what a phrase or anything you want to type in and get the information you're looking for? So by taking the war on TikTok on this side, you've got to start going after some of these other platforms. Like I said, Google. You gotta go after Bing. You gotta go after all these other places. Heck, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I love YouTube.
Yep.
YouTube has been good to us. But the point is, you can, if it's a search engine, that's the whole reason why it's called a search engine. You can search, and that engine goes like the little engine that could. You can search for anything and get an
Yep.
answer to anything. So if somebody is looking for that, guess what?
Don't
They
worry.
can find it, no matter what the platform is. What are some of your thoughts on that? Definitely, before you get to that, definitely make sure you guys hit us up in the comments. Let us know what your guys' thoughts on the TikTok ban is. Let us know how you feel about that. And like I said, let's get those likes up. Let's get it going. Let's get it popping. What you got, Shane?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, don't worry, because they'll be coming after other stuff next.
Yeah, my problem is that
Just saying.
this whole thing just really and like I said, you and I may have a different perspective on this. Both of you and I served in the military. You know, we fought for our country. We fought to uphold the Constitution, and we also fought to uphold the rights of the American citizens. I've yet to see a senator, and I'm sometimes searching to find a president that really fought for the people. It's hard for me to say that the people that I'm gonna be honest with you, that you who are watching this may have voted for, and they're in office. And they're in office because you voted for them. Now, the funny thing about this, Shane,
Yep.
the thing that really makes me laugh about this is the fact that there's over 170 million people that are on TikTok here in the United States. And well over well in the millions of people who have made a living off of TikTok, selling their products. There's well over a couple million that are going to be really directly affected because their businesses basically grew overnight because they were able to use the TikTok platform. So now those businesses, those families are in potential risk of losing their complete livelihood because number one, our government sucks as far as as far as where we're at as far as making sure that the people have a livable minimum wage, that are able to be able to afford groceries and other things that they've been able to do or should be able to do. We have the minimum wage. I think the minimum wage has not even been raised since I want to say it was 19. I've seen it somewhere, and I'm probably gonna get the year wrong. But I want to say it was like since like in the 90s. I don't know, maybe you're looking it up for me to help me out. But
Yeah.
the minimum wage has not been what do you got?
It says the last time they raised the minimum wage was July 24th, 2009. And that's back when Barack Obama was in his first year in office.
Okay, does it say what it was raised from? So I think it's 725.
Yeah, it's at the time it rose 70 cents from 6.55 per hour up to 7.25 an hour and has stayed there for the last 15 years.
Okay. So you're looking at that and like the minimum wage is not raised for 15 years, yet gas prices, grocery prices, the cost of living has all raised. The taxes have raised. Taxes were raised, but not the amount of money you're putting into it has not raised.
Angel says she has a funny story.
You're gonna have to put it in. You're gonna have to put it in the chat,
Yeah.
because unfortunately, doing in the studio, I can't do boxes. So you're gonna have to put in the chat either that, or I could send you a link for the studio. I don't know if I want you in here though. I'm playing. I love you. Hey, sis, come on now. I can't just be nice to you all the time. But I have a real issue with this. Now we're gonna play this next video. Okay.
Same.
We're gonna play this next video.
Okay.
And this next video, I'm gonna be honest with you, really infuriates me. First of all, I gotta get to it. Where's my okay, hold up. You know what? Let me just With
that being said, if it makes you mad like that, it's probably gonna make me mad too.
Who said that? Oh, you said that? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought you
saying
said somebody.
that.
I was sorry.
Yeah.
I was looking at I was trying to get to it.
Oh no, you good.
Oh, it's gonna infuriate you. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Because it definitely
TikTok is a huge national security concern.
And once again, you're gonna see a running theme here with the type of people who are responding to this, trying to say that TikTok is such a national security risk. Bada boom, bada bing. That's not.
Hey, Angel, we'll get you the link. We'll get you into the studio. Just probably after this video.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me do this. Visual. Matter of fact, you have access to your Facebook right now, Shane?
Yes. I believe
If
I
you have
have
Angel on
Let's
Facebook,
see.
just send her the link. Now, Angel, I'm not gonna pull you into the studio just
Okay.
yet. But once you get the link and you're able to get in there, just give it a second, and then I'll pull you in.
All right. It has
Did what
been
not
sent.
pop up? Okay. All right, so we're gonna play this video. And like I said, this video 100%. I'm just gonna say it pissed me off. Like I went through a wide range of emotions when I watched this. Listening to this idiot talk, first of all. And then when I heard the young lady came on who posted this video and she talked, man, my heart went out to her, and then my mind went out to countless others that are going to be affected by this. So let's go ahead and play this, give this a listen, and then we're gonna talk about our thoughts on that.
TikTok is a huge national security concern. I can't think of a potentially more powerful propaganda tool.
Propaganda tool? Did he just say propaganda tool? I'm sorry, sir. I thought the national security threat was in terms of data collection. Here are some fun facts. Instagram, Facebook, Google, DoorDash, and Airbnb all collect more data than TikTok. TikTok has contributed more than $24 billion to U.S. gross domestic product and more than 224,000 jobs to the U.S. economy. Mind you, as of January 15th, the United States is over $36.2 trillion in debt. There are over 1.3 million creators that operate their businesses on TikTok. In less than 24 hours, 3.4 million American citizens volunteered their data to an actual Chinese communist app in protest of their own government. TikTok is not a publicly shared company. Meta is a publicly shared company. Members of Congress who voted on the TikTok ban are invested in Meta stock. Meet your politicians. Senator Markway Mullen purchased between $15,000 and $50,000 of Meta shares on January 2nd, 2024 and January 26, 2024. Mike McCall, who introduced the TikTok ban legislation, was a little bit sneakier about it by using his family's trust to purchase his Meta stock. Representative Byron Donald voted yay and purchased Meta stock on December 6th. Representative Greg Stanton voted yay and purchased Meta stock on November 9th, 2023. Representative Diana Harshbarger voted yay and purchased Meta stock on March 3rd, 2023. Representative Ro Khanna voted nay but purchased Meta stock on November 7th. Representative Dan Crenshaw voted yay and purchased Meta stock on December 2nd, 2022. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene voted yay and purchased Meta stock on December 30th. The list goes on and on. You guys can look it up. Members of Congress are actually required by law to disclose their financial transactions, including stock trades, under the Stock Act. Ironically, the purpose of that law is to make sure that Congress members do not make any major decisions if there's a personal financial benefit. The irony of fear-mongering a nation about the threat of Chinese communism by stripping them of their jobs, freedom of information, freedom of speech, freedom of open communication, freedom of discourse, and right to discern propaganda is wild. All while one publicly shared corporation that is notorious for controlling propaganda to literally puppeteer elections by unethically collecting our data lobbies Congress to vote on a ban to continue to monopolize where we receive all of our information. And the Congress members who voted for this monopoly were legally allowed to have shares in the stock. But it's totally normal the CIA lizard dumped $7 million into pushing this ban through because he went on Joe Rogan and talked about jujitsu. As for me, I was a broke singer-songwriter trying to make it in the music industry. And now I am one of those 1.3 million creators that can put food on the table because of TikTok. It provided me with the first equal opportunity platform to show my songs to the whole world. I didn't need to be Instagram famous. I didn't need to be some celebrity's kid. I didn't need to have a lot of money. I just needed to post a video of myself singing to my 140 followers. Thanks to TikTok, I have grown my audience to 14.7 million followers. I've accumulated over 270 million likes and billions of views on my music. I could sell tickets to my shows. I bought my first house from the money I made with my TikTok brand partnerships. My songs made it to top 10 radio because with that community, I was able to stand up to a multi-million-dollar corporation called Victoria's Secret. I got to sing songs with first responders, doctors, small business owners, artists, kids, grandparents, Olympians, magicians, veterans, triple amputees. My TikTok account was not only mine. It to confront mean girls in her school. It was supposed to be something that I could show my daughter one day and be like, look, mommy made this. And you can do anything too. You can follow your dreams and you can change the world. This just feels so icky. And now I'm saying goodbye to the future that I built for my family, fair and square, with a baby on the way, so a bunch of corrupt, dirty politicians can feed their babies. Our greatest politicians could be focusing on genocide, poverty, human trafficking, homelessness. It is not about privacy or national security. It is all about control. China doesn't want to spy on people pooping while they watch a Get Ready With Me. The government doesn't even hate TikTok. In fact, most of the Congress members that voted to ban TikTok are actually on TikTok, as are all their spouses and children. What the government hates is losing money out of their own pockets. The government hates losing control of the information we receive. And most importantly, the government hates when we talk to each other.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that after listening to that?
Not happy. If I wasn't already mad enough at the government, now I'm real pissed at the government. They're slimy. They're fucking snakes. They do whatever they want to do just because they have money. So fuck them. And then like these politicians, she was completely right. They don't like it whenever we come together in any type of way or shape, even if it's through a platform, to form any type of unity because they want us going against each other. So It's all good though, because if there's one thing I've learned, if people want to rise together, they will. So
Yeah, dude. Like,
bozo motherfuckers, bro.
I struggle so much with this. Yeah, TikTok's an app. It's just a platform. Whatever, however you want to view it. It is what it is. I struggle with it because that young lady that just got on here. Jax writes songs. Um, because of this platform, she was allowed to put food on her family's table. She was allowed to give her daughter a chance to live a life that she wouldn't have I'm not probably she never would have gotten, giving the current state of the United States government and what they do to their people, what they do to their people. Understand what I'm saying. I am 100% behind my country. I served my country. How many of you out there can say you actually served your country? How many of you can say that you put your life on the line for your country? I did. And a lot of times I feel so ashamed of being part of this country because we don't take care of our people. The biggest population of
No.
homeless people are veterans, the ones who fought for this country. So I understand the struggles of people. The fact that people are sitting there and they can barely put food on the I'm one of them. My freaking benefits don't they're nowhere near enough to take care of what I want to do for my family. And yet still they're still trying to find ways to take more money from veterans benefits.
Yep.
So 100%, I understand. I understand that there's a lot of people in this country that are ready for an uprising. And the
Yep.
question is to a lot of these senators and these Congress people and hell, even the president, who are you going to have protect you when the men and women of this country that serve this country are fed up with the fact that you keep screwing us over so you can keep lining your pockets? And you can keep doing stuff like this to people, taking away their ability to live because you're not doing your job. But at the same time, that's our fault too as Americans because we keep voting these idiots in. Understand
Yep.
one term for a senator, one term, because all the lobbyists and everything else, they can be a multimillionaire after one term. They do not care about any of us.
Nope.
They care about making money. And even the ones that are sitting there talking about trying to save TikTok and all this crap, they don't care. They're just trying to secure a seat for the next term. If you really care, put TikTok aside for a second. If you really care, how about taking care of the American people? Why do we have so many homeless? We got plenty of land. Why not build some crap? Why not build a freaking multiple complexes to help out with the homeless? Why not raise the minimum wage so that way people can actually live?
That's an idea. But they know that.
This pisses
They
me
don't
off,
give a fuck.
but whatever. Angel is joining us right now. Angel, first of all, how you doing today?
I'm getting sick and tired of having to lay in this bed.
Oh, I bet. But sometimes that's just how it goes. I know. I get it. Sometimes.
You know, because the government's in charge of my medical, because I can't just go get an MRI and get my injections. I have to go through fucking all these hoops. So it'll be another month before I can get an injection so I can walk. Yeah. So,
Wow.
do you have your feedback?
Hmm?
Never mind. So I would say right after the first of the year, I got to where I couldn't walk. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And then my shot wore off. And they're like, you have to get all this stuff approved first and have an MRI. And they want me to lay there for an hour MRI awake. And I have severe claustrophobia. So
Ooh.
I
So
ain't
you're a
going
lot like me. I do as well. I request music. Number one, I request headphones and music, and then I just what I do is I close my eyes, and I mean I pretty much grit my teeth the whole time I'm in there. So you sound about a lot like I am.
well, last time I about went nuts and tore everything up because I couldn't get out. But that's neither here nor there. So, as far as the minimum wage goes, so before we started our company, Bob had taken a job with a company, and they were like, "Well, we're going to start you off at $20 an hour, and after 2 weeks, you'll go to 25, and then after 6 months, you'll go to 30." And he was like, "Okay, that's good." Well, they were a slumlord, and sorry, the last week that he was working, he took down 2 buildings by himself, by hand, took them to the ground. And he was supposed to get, like, I don't know, 2 grand, and, his last paycheck was, like, $500 or something like that, and I was like, "What the hell is going on here?" They're like, "Well, we told you we were gonna pay you this, but we're not gonna pay you this." So we went through the federal wage board and all that stuff, and they're like, "We know it's dirty, but as long as they paid you 7.25 an hour, there's nothing anybody can do about it. As long as they paid you minimum wage." No, I had it in text messages. They had the contract. It didn't matter. As long as they pay you 7.25, that's a livable wage. So we start our own company. And we both work a lot. I don't even want to talk about how much I have to work you, with the, getting our name out there, all the advertising I have to do, find a way to pay for it, the books. I even work on site because we don't have enough money to pay somebody to be um, the helper, to pick up the site and to hand things to him and all that crap.
Right.
Um, do you know how much we made last year? Because I just got done getting our papers together.
You're more than welcome to share. I don't want to. I'm not going to ask you nothing.
$17,000. Take in mind our mortgage is $1,200 a month. I have
Wow.
no idea how I pull it off. Yes, I do. We're so far in credit card debt, we're never going to dig out. Never.
That's how they get you.
But you can't pay your mortgage with a credit card. Found that out last month because I was like, we don't have it. I don't know what we're going to do. And so I say that because I saw on TikTok earlier, people were like, what are we going to do? Like, our small business runs solely off of TikTok shop. What am I going to do? And I'm like, I am so glad we don't depend on TikTok shop to make our money, because what's going to happen to those millions of small businesses?
But the
Just,
thing is, the point is it doesn't matter if you just run it solely off of TikTok. If you're going off base, if Congress and the government's going to go solely based off of that, any platform you rely on can come under fire.
mhm.
Because yeah, they might okay, yeah, they cool. They might say, but TikTok is, because it's a Chinese based company. Okay. Even though the guy that started it is from Singapore, even though he doesn't run anything through China, Doesn't matter. They can just dictate what it is, right?
Right. And
what
how many times a month do you see somebody on Facebook that had their Meta account hacked?
listen, like I said, TikTok is not the issue. If you want to talk about national security, like you just said, Meta, anything with Meta, Facebook, Instagram, they collect more data
Mm-hmm.
than TikTok ever has.
I agree. And you're
They
not
collect
allowed to say
more.
a bunch of stuff on
And I
Meta
can't,
that you
here's the
can
thing. Here's
say
the
on
thing.
TikTok.
I'm stop. Here's the thing. I have been hacked on my Facebook profiles, and I have, I think, 3 or 4. I have been hacked on my Facebook profiles. Let's just take let's take a 5-year stint here, okay? In the last 5 years, I've been hacked on all of my Facebook profiles at least 30 times, to where I had to go in and I had to send a post to everybody on my Facebook page. Hey, if you got something for me, it's not me. I got hacked, and I had to go change all my passwords and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the 2.5 years I've been on TikTok, I've never
Never.
had that,
Nope.
not once. I've had that problem when it came to my banking accounts. I've had that problem when it came to other social media outlets. I've had that problem. Not once have I had that problem when it came to TikTok, because it's not the same data that they're collecting. Understand that every no matter what you do, social media or anything else like that, yes, they do collect data because they have to, because they collect it so that way they can try to tailor make it to make it better for user experience. That's a given. Okay. But when it gets to the point where your information gets hacked, there's a big people. You know what's funny? People are not talking. They're talking about the TikTok ban like to nausea right now, right? No
Mm-hmm.
one's talking about what happened with Capital One. People were not getting their payments. They were not getting their direct deposit checks from their jobs because Capital One was going through an issue. What the issue was? They were getting sued because of practices they were doing that were compromising the data of their users. Plus, they were taking money out of their customers' accounts. They're in a $2 billion lawsuit right now. Dez didn't get her didn't get her direct deposit on time because of this crap with Capital One. She ended up getting it the day she was supposed to get it, but she didn't get it until like later. So fortunately, she got her money, but no one's talking about that part. You're talking about bank institutions that I've had to, at least with my bank, I've had to switch my bank at least 10 times over the last 6 years, because the simple fact is I get a thing saying, "Oh, well, the banking information has been compromised." Why is my banking information getting compromised?
Right.
I don't care about social media. Why is my banking information getting compromised? How is that even possible? And you're telling me you're worried about freaking TikTok, social media? And if you're no, I'm not gonna say social media, because we're not gonna say social media, because obviously they're not worried about social media, because like I said, Facebook and Instagram, Amazon, those are bigger threats. Those, I'd say, Facebook, Amazon, Instagram, they're domestic terrorist threats.
I
Now, I
agree.
will say
I don't have an Amazon account. I use my sister's account, but she is constantly sending me or calling me and telling me the new password because she's constantly getting compromised. And I'm not just talking about her passwords getting compromised. I'm talking about they're getting in there and they're getting her cards and they're duplicating her cards and running up and draining her bank accounts.
Yeah.
Now, $5,000 won't sound a lot to some people, but it's a lot of fucking money to regular people.
Hey, I don't care. $5. If I find $5 missing out of my account, I'm slapping the taste out of somebody's mouth.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
We having a discussion.
I'll slap their teeth out their mouth.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, hey, I'm paying a visit to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you call me Scrooge or whatever you want to call me. I don't care. I'm looking at every cent that comes out of my account. And if
Yep.
something don't sound right, I'm calling you. It got to the point. Listen, it got to the point with Capital One because I kept having stuff come back. It got to the point where, like, like, you know how most time you call in and they tell you to verify, who you are, so that way they know who they're talking to, right?
Mm-hmm.
It got to the point where these fools didn't even verify. They didn't even ask me to verify. I was like, "Hey, what's up, Tim? Like, if you know me by freaking name, we got a problem."
And for fuck's sake, so we decided to go drive for Spark because there's no construction money coming in right now because it's freaking still got snow on the ground, right?
Right.
We go through the whole process. Spark is Walmart, by the way. We go through the whole process. It takes weeks, by the way. It's not just a click and go kind of thing. He gets approved Thursday morning or Thursday evening. He gets approved. We're like, yes. Friday morning, we get ready. I get ready to turn the app on, and it says, "You've been deactivated for fraud." We never even got to do one single run. And once you're deactivated, you can never be reactivated. They got
Nope.
your driver's license, they got your tag number, they got your insurance, they got everything you need. You cannot drive delivery. The fucked up thing is, we never had drove for them. He called, did not speak English, couldn't understand what he was saying, said he couldn't help. The online thing said, "You guys call this number." We call this number. They're like, "We don't do that." And they didn't speak English either. And I was like, we're just screwed. So now what are we going to do? We have Uber. Do you know how many offers? We've had Uber turned on all week, right? You know how many offers have popped up in our town? Not a single fucking one. Not one. So what are we supposed to do? Like, people who own their own businesses, they can't get unemployment.
No.
I
And here's
can't
the
work.
thing. I'm going to say this, and here's the thing. Okay, I want you to understand this. You can say what you want to about Donald Trump. I am not a big Donald Trump fan. I've never been a big Donald Trump fan. Not anything that has to do with his presidency. Uh, Mainly because of his everything that went on with him, even before he decided to run for president. I've never been a Donald Trump fan. Um,
But people have money to pay us to work.
My problem with Donald Trump was when he made this one simple statement that has turned into a completely, utterly dumb movement on America. And that's "Make America Great Again." America has never been great. When you talk about making something great again, that means it has been great for everyone. When has America ever been great for every single person? Because it was never great in the beginning. Why? Because number one, Christopher Columbus did not find America. Native Americans were already here. That'd be like me going over to Angel's house and said, "You know what? I discovered your living room. It is now mine." I mean, does that make sense? You can't
No.
discover something that has already been there. Okay, now you can discover it. It may be new to you. But guess what? Okay, that's like me. I got a 2014 Buick LaCrosse, fully freaking loaded. That fucker's got all the bells and whistles, everything I could ever want. That'd be like me in 25 saying I got a brand new freaking car. No, I don't. It's brand new to me. It ain't brand new to the freaking year. It ain't brand new to the insurance. It ain't brand new to the freaking payments. Like, America's never been great. Now, we've been a great power as far as when it comes to the military, but we have never been great for our people ever. Because to be a great nation, that means you strive to make sure everyone is prosperous in your nation. Now, there are going to be some times, there are going to be some issues, there are going to be some things you can't always fix. That's part of the process. But you are striving to make sure everyone is represented properly. You're striving to make sure every family has the ability to live, to provide. When has America been great? In that sense, when has America ever been great? Never. I'm telling you right now, never. I freaking love my country. Like I said, I served, Shane served. There's countless people out there that have served for this country. We still believe in our country. We are very disappointed in our country. We are very disappointed in our people in our country. Because not at one single point in time have we come together to actually make sure that each person is really taken care of. And I will say this, and even though I'm part of it right now, we talking about the TikTok ban. I'm telling you right now, there's something else coming. There's something else that has nothing to do with TikTok that is drawing everybody's attention away from TikTok because something else is coming. And they're already working on something else. The one thing I'll tell you about a government, any government, not just the United States government, any government, the best way to bring something in is to draw people's attention away from it.
Yeah, look over here while we're doing something over there. Well, they said that this ban was deeply buried in a bill that had to do with foreign aid. I don't know. I didn't read it.
It was something like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was something like that. And that they put it in there, and that's one of the main reasons why it kind of got pushed and passed.
They call it pork.
But the thing was that this bill was never actually on the floor for discussion.
It was the TikTok ban was the pork and whatever bill it was.
Right. And so, I mean, you got that. But like I said, that's to me the reason why I have such an issue with all of this.
Something big coming down the pipe.
Talking about, well, it's just an app. Okay, yeah, that's perfect because you weren't using it. You're working a job where you don't have to worry about if your family's getting fed. But think about those executives that were part of those companies where the stock market crashed.
Mm-hmm.
They never worried about anybody else. They didn't care. But yet still, then all of a sudden you have all these high level executives that are jumping out of windows. 12 and 14 and 50-story windows because they knew what they were trying to do was over. Nothing concerns anybody until it affects them. And that's the thing. And we talk about the rich, you talk about the elite, nothing affects them until it starts affecting their money. It doesn't. People always talk about, oh, we're gonna boycott Walmart and places like that. Yeah, no, you're not. Shut up. There's not enough of you that are actually going to do it in order to.
And towns like us, like the only place you have to shop at is Walmart.
Right. That's why I said things like that doesn't mean anything.
They closed everybody down.
Yeah, and another thing is, I see the petitions going around for TikTok. And I signed quite a few of them. I'm be honest with you, I signed quite a few of them. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Why? Because there's not enough of them in the key areas to affect these senators. Why? Because they don't care about your votes until it comes election time.
Yep.
Just had an election. Guess what? They don't care what your votes are right now.
Nope, because it's done.
Right now they're concentrating on their money.
And if they think that Monday's going to make a difference, it's not. I mean, once it's done, we don't know what's going to happen. Like, is just all the American counties going to go dark? Are they going to be deleted or what have you? It's not as easy as turning a switch back on if it gets undone. I don't think it can be undone because it's buried in another bill. And then the good that the other bill has done will be undone. So I don't think they're going to want to risk that.
Well, I have a problem with the whole. I have a problem. I've always had a problem with Congress. I've never understood why they have an unlimited amount of time to serve.
I don't like that either. I think our Congress, one of our Congress people, has seriously, the first year he was in office, I was the first year I could vote because I specifically remember him being on the ballot. And I think they're just now, he's leaving office because I think he had a stroke or something. And he's not one of the good ones either. He's not. But now they're so 1 year and 1 year in office, and they become millionaires.
Yeah. And like I said, like I said, when it comes to all that stuff, it bothers me because me personally, you get elected in, I think Congress should serve the same amount of time the president serves.
Mm-hmm.
You're tied to that presidency. So that way, everything that goes right or wrong with that time frame is tied to the president and Congress. You were part of that term that served with that president. You're tied with that term that you served as a president with the Congress. Tie them together. Let the good and bad flourish or perish together.
It should be
No,
that way for every person, like the mayors,
well,
we've got a mayor here locally.
When it comes to like the politician or running for mayor and stuff like that, I don't know, or I'm not going to sit there and try to say I know the terms and all that stuff, like how long they can run for. It's one of those things. I do believe in separation of federal and
Church and
state.
state.
Yeah, and all that. I do believe in that. I think that the state should be ran. They should should be given some leniency on how they run things. But I think there should be a much better and more consistent level of governing federalized. I think in some cases the states get way too much leniency in how they interpret the law and how they do things and what's going on. I think they get way too much leniency. I think in some cases the federal government should step in, especially when you talk about policing, the law enforcement in general. I don't think the state should have. I don't think the state should be. It should not be different from state to state what the law is. Okay, if we're going to talk about some open carries, this and that should not be different from state to state.
And
Things
it is.
and I know it is, but things like that should not be different. It should be uniformed across the board. Another thing is, I'm getting sick and tired. I love my law enforcement, but I'm getting sick and tired of the fact that we get people that get into law enforcement that have no idea what the law is. I don't know how many times I've actually, me personally, ran to law enforcement officers and I've asked them, "Hey, what's the law on this?" And they have no idea what it is.
So
I ran into somebody that never even heard of the law I'm asking about.
Mm-hmm.
Now, compound that with the fact that all the crap that you see on TikTok, all the crap you see on YouTube about these officers now that are getting, because people are starting to film them. People are starting to, every time they go somewhere, they got a camera rolling anywhere. And now you're seeing like, hey, I just look at the statute for this and that. Oh, well, that's not what we do. That. Oh, first of all, your policy does not trump law. That to me, the basic fundamental of understanding that policy does not trump law, and these officers just are oblivious to that, bothers the hell out of me. It does. It almost puts me into the situation. And Hydro, you can chime in on this one. It puts me into the state of mind of, you know what? I think I'm just gonna just stack my money as best I can. I'm gonna find a place out in the freaking country where I can buy some freaking land, and I'm gonna live off the land, and I'm gonna leave all the law and crap, everything else behind.
I've been saying that for
Like
years.
Alaska is really looking good to me right now.
Yeah.
Like you can go to
really
Alaska and you can go, just if you find some land that no one owns and you live on that land, it is now yours. So as far as you stretch out your freaking land, and you can now own that land without any with no payments or anything like that. You can own that land.
You got to get there.
That sounds pretty good.
I'll get. We got to worry about that.
What,
We ain't got to worry
what
about
I
that.
mean
Get
is
there.
this. Okay, so
look. If I got, hey, listen. Hold up, Angel.
Oh,
Hold up,
hold
Angel.
there.
If I got,
wait,
Angel,
I
hold up.
have a brother from another
Wait,
mother who
Angel,
grew up in
Angel,
Alaska.
Angel. Let me tell you something. If I gotta be on a boat for the next 2 weeks, I
That's not
will
what I'm
get to
talking about.
Alaska.
I'm not talking about getting to the state of Alaska. I'm talking about getting to the unclaimed land.
Listen, if I gotta be on the rowboat, okay, rowboat. If I gotta be on a rowboat for 2 weeks, you think I'm gonna care about how long it's gonna take me to get to unclaimed land in Alaska? 80%, if not 90% of Alaska is still undiscovered. You realize that,
It's
right?
cold.
Yeah, I can deal with it. I don't care. I'll deal with the cold if it gets me away from the BS that is the United States government. I don't care. This is beyond ridiculous. This is beyond like this is to the point where we've got to start waking up when it comes to what's going on here in this country. Number one, stop saying this is the greatest country in the world. It's not.
It's not. You know why? Because there are places in Kentucky where people have started to homestead that are out in the mountains that takes forever to get to. And you know what they're doing? When they go out there and they start their homestead and they've got their water set up and their solar power set up and the outdoor kitchen, and they're just now getting their shit started. If they have children, they're coming and taking those kids. So you're saying no, homesteading.
Hide your kids,
Yep,
hide your
they're
wife.
saying no, homesteading is not appropriate for small children. You can't do that.
They're
It's
saying
illegal.
homeschooling is not appropriate for small children.
Yeah. So they had a case where they had their electricity set up, they had water, they had one of those outdoor kitchens, but they were still working on the housing and stuff. So I think they were all living in like a little house on the prairie style log cabin. And they just and took their kids, said you can't do this. You can't homeschool your kids, you can't have them out here like this. So yeah, if you want to go far away, you're gonna have to go to Alaska.
Now, I'm finding something very interesting. We're talking about some pretty heavy stuff. Is anybody on TikTok right now having an issue?
What do you mean?
Because on mine right now, it's just buffering.
No, I can see you're actually moving on it too.
Okay, you can see that I'm moving and everything.
Yeah, your mouth's moving. I had it turned down so it doesn't do feedback on it.
Right. I get that. I was just trying to figure that out. I mean, and I'm also looking at it on the YouTube. And yeah, we're still good for the most part. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. Now it just kicked back in for TikTok.
Did you go
Wow,
fast forward?
say something, you kick it back in TikTok. What's going on? I'm trying to help you guys out here. We're at by the way, we're at 2K. Let's keep those likes going. You guys are doing phenomenal. I appreciate you guys so very, very much. Let's keep that going. But yeah, please chime in if you got something on TikTok. You got something you want to share it on in the comments. Let us know what's going on.
So we opened our own business the year we moved in here because we couldn't find work. And I will tell you that they sure do not want you to open your own business and do well as far as county, state, federal. Man, they'll tax the shit out of you.
Well, yeah, because they know that with business that they try to have, they're not making any money. So yes, they tax small businesses because the simple fact is, especially start doing well, That's money they can make from the state. That's money they can make from federal. That's why you get taxed double.
Well, I wouldn't say we were doing well yet. I mean, we made 3,000 more than we did last year, so that's good, right?
No,
That's good.
no. Let's be honest. Come on. Let's
It's
be
better
honest.
than it's better than losing money.
It's true. That is true. It's better than losing money, but technically you're losing money.
We are technically still losing money.
You're really not getting any of that. I
We
will
didn't
say
get to
this.
keep anything.
One thing I saw that Trump was talking about doing, I think it's interesting. And I know there's going to be a lot of uproar for it, but I think it's interesting. He decided that if you, as a single mother, decide to put your child's father on child support, you will no longer be entitled to taxes on that child.
I
That
agree.
the taxes at the end of the year, or when you file taxes, the taxes for that child goes to the father.
I
Now you
agree.
can say what you want to about that, um, but here's my take. I've been in that situation. I'm in that situation right now, as to be honest with you, to where I'm paying more than half of what my income is. I'm paying more than
Mhm.
half of my income. And on top of that, I don't even get my tax return. So whatever I make, at the end of the year, all that money's gone as well. And if I'm married, my spouse you know what I'm saying, is run the risk of her taxes being gone as well.
That's correct.
So I don't have a problem with it, not because, say, "Oh, well, you're because you're a dad, you're a dad," and that no, I don't have a problem with this because I am literally paying. People want to talk about single mothers, this and that, like, and how they're taking care of the children. Yeah, okay, that's cool. But financially, I'm doing more than what you're actually doing for a child I don't
Yeah,
even have.
I've been in the same situation when the boys were like, I don't know, 12 and 14. They didn't want to go to Australia. They wanted to stay here. So I had to pay child support. And yeah, I was paying, I don't remember, more than I should have been, more than he ever paid me the other when he had them. And I didn't get to claim them on my taxes. It's bullshit.
Yeah. So I mean, you as a mother, that's something that benefits you. Now I said fathers because I mean, let's be honest, the court doesn't care about you as a father. If no matter what the situation is, 90% of the time they side with the mother no matter what, and the children go with the mother.
I will say
Um,
in Indiana, it's not that way anymore. It's one of the only states that I know that's not that way anymore. They are a um if you look it up, they're more people like some more states lean towards the mother. Indiana leans more towards the father. That's just a recent thing. Um,
see, I don't agree with it. I don't care about leaning towards the mother or the father.
it's
I don't
whoever
care.
does the best.
I care about what I care about. This is the one thing I've said before. What I have a problem with is when you say in the best interest of the child.
Mm-hmm.
You're full of crap.
Mm-hmm.
If this is the best interest of the child, okay, so you're saying that I'm financially more stable to pay more money to take care of the child, but not have the child. That's not in the best interest of the child. If I'm more
Correct.
financially stable to take care of the child, then the child should be with a parent that is more stable financially, that can actually provide everything for that child. Not the mother, not the father, the parent.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And that's where I've always had a problem. Child support is a scam. The whole system is a scam. It, and most people don't realize this. In a lot of the in a majority of those cases, that the judge who oversees those cases, do you realize in most cases they're not actually a judge?
Nope, the one we had wasn't a judge.
Like, so therefore you're not a judge. You really don't have any power. But the child support family court system has been given pretty much free reign to do whatever they want to. I think that and people want to say what they want to say, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's another reason why TikTok got attacked because I never really learned any of this stuff that was going on with family courts, child support, all that stuff until I started seeing videos on TikTok.
You learn a lot of stuff on TikTok that you didn't know beforehand.
See, that's the problem. TikTok has given people the opportunity to really share message with
Mm-hmm.
everybody. And like that video said, great in the community, people learning from each other, connecting.
Mm-hmm.
That is the worst thing for the United States government. I don't see any government. I'm just going to talk about it, but any government for the people to connect. When the people connect and they start getting on one accord, they start realizing that some of the things that their government is doing is not for them. It's not dedicated to the people. It's 100% dedicated to the ones that are in power. Whether it's the government, whether it's the billionaires, whatever it is, it's for them. It's not for us. And the crazy thing is, it's not. Think about this. Who pays the majority of the taxes? The biggest percentage of taxes.
Poor people, working
Yeah.
people.
The ones that are actually making billions of dollars have all the tax breaks. The working class people who actually they're struggling the most in life are paying the most taxes. We're the only country that does that, by the way. We're one of there's probably at least offhand maybe I think maybe 3 or 4 countries I can name that actually have free healthcare for their countries for their citizens. Like you got Canada is one, Great Britain. Um, there's another. Oh Jesus, I had them in my head. I can't remember, but they have free healthcare for their citizens. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna ask a question. I'm gonna ask you both this question. Angel, I'm gonna start with you. You didn't serve in the military, so I'm gonna start with you. If you had the option to pay more taxes but have free healthcare, what would you do?
Well, from the second husband was from Australia where they had free health care.
Hmm.
They didn't have to pay for anything. Like got got a small cough, go and get it treated, paid for everything down to the pharmacy. However, they paid about 50% of their wage. However, the standard wage for his job was about $50 an hour working in a factory. So I guess my answer is depends on what country you're in. I mean, they just find a way to screw us over and keep our money.
Yes, and I get that. I understand. And I'm glad you said that. Before I answer what you just said, I'm gonna ask Shane because Shane is military personnel. He's gotten out. He and I are dealing with the same kind of thing. If you had the opportunity to even now, I mean, me, I don't pay taxes. Things I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't pay taxes. Why? I don't work. My money comes from my VA benefits. My VA benefits are untaxable, so I don't pay taxes. Okay. My healthcare is free. Why? Because number one, I'm not an idiot. I go to the VA clinic. I go to the VA hospitals. That's 100% paid for. So I don't have to pay for anything. Unless it's an emergency and I have to go to a regular hospital. I don't go to a freaking regular hospital for anything. Screw them. Okay. That being said, Shane, if the same situation, same thing I asked Angel, what would be your thoughts?
Well, I'm in the same boat as you, Tim. So don't really have an answer for
Right,
that.
right. Okay. Like I said,
Because you're in the military,
So
you get some. I mean, our uncle is in the military. He goes to VA. My dad, VA. They get subpar medical treatment. It's always crappy. I don't know if your VA is different than Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee's VA, but our crap.
all VAs are different. I'm gonna be honest with you. All VAs that I've been okay. I'm in Kansas, right? I went to the Wichita VA and I've gone to Leavenworth VA. Wichita VA. has been horrible in a lot of experiences I've had, depending on who you had to go see. Leavenworth VA has been phenomenal. I've gotten the best care and the most care from that VA because of the type of people that are working there. So it depends on it, just like everything else. 100% depends on your experience. Now, I said all that because the simple fact is, Angels, you said something that was a great point. Yes, Australia. That was another one that I was thinking about with the free healthcare. Yeah, they have to pay about 50%. But guess what? Their minimum wage is a hell of a lot higher. So even though they're paying extra on their taxes, they still have more money on the other end. They're still making more money on the other end.
So my very good friend who I lived with when I was over there, she works at McDonald's in the drive-through, and minimum wage there. When I was there with her, I think she was making 18. That was a long time ago. That was 20 years ago. I think it's like 20. I want to say it's 23.50 or something like that. Now, minimum wage to work at McDonald's in the drive-through.
$20 working a drive-through.
It's like 23.50 or something like that now. I can't
I'm about
remember.
to go to Australia. But hi, may I help you? McDonald's. Would you like
And
Big
the
Mac?
McDonald's is better
Fries?
than no McDonald's.
I'm just like, dude, I don't care what the argument is. If people always and this is what really ticks me off when it comes to Americans. Americans make the argument about immigrants. Okay, they talk about, well, they're taking all the jobs from Americans. They're taking the jobs Americans don't want. Understand that they're not taking the extremely high paying jobs. They're taking those low end paying jobs that American people for some reason think they're too good to work.
I'd work at McDonald's. Then again,
Hey, listen, I would work at any food restaurant because I know you get perks for working there, and I can eat for free when I take my breaks. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get me some McNuggies.
some
All
McNuggets
right,
for free.
I don't care. Like that's the thing is that they're taking the jobs that Americans don't want. They're taking those jobs where they're working out in the fields. Okay, I'm done. Black people ain't trying to do that. We worked in enough fields over for a whole 400-year span. We ain't trying to work in no other field. I don't care what it is.
I still work outside, and it doesn't bother me. I'm just clumsy and fall
Yeah,
down
but
and break
you
shit.
400 years. But anyways,
Listen, my ancestors were also cotton pickers. Don't even go there. Don't judge me based on my white skin.
first of all, you said cotton pickers so damn white that was not even funny.
But they did have
I'm
cotton
just,
farm.
I mean, okay, that's fine. That's until they got a new shipment in of black people. But anyways,
No, because he was
I'm
out of
playing.
speech.
Oh my
What?
god, I'm playing.
You were-
Stop being so serious, Angel. Anyways, I don't even know why your name's Angel. It should be Demon.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We won't even go there that my grandmother was 13 and my grandfather was like 37.
I'm gonna need you to stop volunteering information. I'm really gonna need you to stop volunteering information. Cole said I'd work in the fields. Cole also said people want to be paid, but not do my work. Yeah, yeah, or do any work. Sorry, do any work. Yes, 100%. That we have a lot. Listen, the last few decades of generations that come through have gotten lazier and lazier. They
You
want
know
they
how
want
you were
that one hitter quitter. They want that one thing that's going to make them rich instantly without doing any work.
you know how you were talking about law enforcement earlier?
Uh, I
So
love,
I
by
was
the way, I don't want anybody to take what I'm saying as negative for law enforcement. I respect law
no, I
enforcement.
understand. I understand. Okay. I was in law enforcement. I was only in law enforcement for a year because of the pay.
Mhm.
I went to school and everything. Jesus. Anyways,
With the school and everything.
so
I
I
digress.
know. Spent all that money on college. They didn't do it.
School and everything.
Anyways, you can't make if you make $18 an hour.
Uh-huh.
That's a damn good agency to work for. Most of them are not that.
Wow.
So that's the kind of people. So they really don't care. Like in that town we lived in and got out of, they were hiring, and as long as you hadn't committed a felony in the last year, they would hire you. As long as you hadn't been convicted of a felony in the last year.
Wow.
They didn't care if you could do the physical. You could do the physical, fail it, and then you had so many months to do it again and pass it, but they'd still hire you. I mean,
Sounds like
and
better.
they were offering. Shut up, Nemo. They were offering like $25 an hour. That's still not good. I don't want to
No.
go deal with that crap for $25 an hour. But that's why they don't know. We get to know the Kentucky Revised Statutes. You know, you had to know most of them. You have to know all of them because there's some really stupid shit on the books. But there was like thousands of them.
Hey, you know what? Did we just lose her? Angel, you still there?
Evidently, I got booted.
Got booted from what?
I don't know.
You didn't get booted from me. I mean,
The thing went bye-bye. The mic went off. I don't know what happened.
Shane, I can't hear you. Are you muted?
I
Oh yeah,
wasn't.
well you definitely was because you just started talking. I can hear you now. Okay, so Angel, you still there?
I'm here.
Okay, yeah, we can still hear you. I just don't know why your picture went away. Okay, that's weird.
It was what do you call it? Offensive.
Just about anytime you open your mouth is offensive.
I know.
So yeah. But look, all I know is the only and you hear people talk about it all the time. And going over to the comments, Angel, not Angel, but Coed said, I'd rather work and earn my money than have a handout and do nothing. 100%. Is that Britannia in the house over on TikTok?
It is. It is.
Is that my sis, Britannia, Encyclopedia Britannica? Long time no see, sissy. Oh my god, yeah. We're gonna be having you on the show here before too long. All right, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Wow. I don't know. Hey, if you're wanting to get on, let me know, Angel. What I might have to have you do since I'm on here and I can't really get off of here. If Britt's wanted to get on here to jump in on and weigh in on this topic, I might have to have you send her the link, so that way she can get in the studio. That's if you want to. You don't have to, sis. I mean, it's all good. But if you're wanting to jump in on this, like I said, we're talking about the TikTok ban. And matter of fact, while we're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and play this video one more time. Because this young lady's video really struck a nerve with me when it came to everything that was going on with everything. This really, really, really struck a nerve with me on this. Oh, that's not. Yeah, that's the one. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's the other one. Not that one. Don't listen to that one. Don't listen to that one. Not that one. Hold on a second. Let me go back
I
here.
may not understand the.
So if I have a TikTok
Yeah,
app on
listen.
my phone,
Stop it.
and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network.
Okay, there it is. That's the one I want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A little technical difficulty. I clicked on the
The
wrong thing.
Wi-Fi one.
What?
The Wi-Fi one.
What do you mean the Wi-Fi one?
Were you asking the
Oh
question about
no,
the
yeah, that's
Wi-Fi?
the wrong video. Yeah, that was the wrong video. I didn't want to that. This is the one I want. I want to play this one again. Like I said, for anybody who's definitely just joining in with this and didn't get a chance to see this video earlier, I want to play this one again. Let me.
TikTok is a huge national security concern. I can't think of a potentially more powerful propaganda tool.
Propaganda tool? Did he just say propaganda tool? I'm sorry, sir. I thought the national security threat was in terms of data collection. Here are some fun facts. Instagram, Facebook, Google, DoorDash, and Airbnb all collect more data than TikTok. TikTok has contributed more than $24 billion to U.S. gross domestic product and more than 224,000 jobs to the U.S. economy. Mind you, as of January 15th, the United States is over $36.2 trillion in debt. There are over 1.3 million creators that operate their businesses on TikTok. In less than 24 hours, 3.4 million American citizens volunteered their data to an actual Chinese communist app in protest of their own government. TikTok is not a publicly shared company. Meta is a publicly shared company. Members of Congress who voted on the TikTok ban are invested in Meta stock. Meet your politicians. Senator Markway Mullen purchased between $15,000 and $50,000 of Meta shares on January 2nd, 2024 and January 26, 2024. Mike McCall, who introduced the TikTok ban legislation, was a little bit sneakier about it by using his family's trust to purchase his Meta stock. Representative Byron Donald voted yay and purchased Meta stock on December 6th. Representative Greg Stanton voted yay and purchased Meta stock on November 9th, 2023. Representative Diana Harshbarger voted yay and purchased Meta stock on March 3rd, 2023. Representative Ro Khanna voted nay but purchased Meta stock on November 7th. Representative Dan Crenshaw voted yay and purchased Meta stock on December 2nd, 2022. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene voted yay and purchased Meta stock on December 30th. The list goes on and on. You guys can look it up. Members of Congress are actually required by law to disclose their financial transactions, including stock trades, under the Stock Act. Ironically, the purpose of that law is to make sure that Congress members do not make any major decisions if there's a personal financial benefit. The irony of fear-mongering a nation about the threat of Chinese communism by stripping them of their jobs, freedom of information, freedom of speech, freedom of open communication, freedom of discourse, and right to discern propaganda is wild. All while one publicly shared corporation that is notorious for controlling propaganda to literally puppeteer elections by unethically collecting our data lobbies Congress to vote on a ban to continue to monopolize where we receive all of our information. And the Congress members who voted for this monopoly were legally allowed to have shares in the stock. But it's totally normal the CIA lizard dumped $7 million into pushing this ban through because he went on Joe Rogan and talked about jujitsu. As for me, I was a broke singer-songwriter trying to make it in the music industry. And now I am one of those 1.3 million creators that can put food on the table because of TikTok. It provided me with the first equal opportunity platform to show my songs to the whole world. I didn't need to be Instagram famous. I didn't need to be some celebrity's kid. I didn't need to have a lot of money. I just needed to post a video of myself singing to my 140 followers. Thanks to TikTok, I have grown my audience to 14.7 million followers. I've accumulated over 270 million likes and billions of views on my music. I could sell tickets to my shows. I bought my first house from the money I made with my TikTok brand partnerships. My songs made it to top 10 radio because I promoted them on TikTok. I built a community of people healing from eating disorders. And with that community, I was able to stand up to a multi-million-dollar corporation called Victoria's Secret. I got to sing songs with first responders, doctors, small business owners, artists, kids, grandparents, Olympians, magicians, veterans, triple amputees. My TikTok account was not only mine. It was a place for other people's perspectives. For the kid I babysit to confront mean girls in her school, it was supposed to be something that I could show my daughter one day and be like, look, mommy made this. And you can do anything too. You can follow your dreams and you can change the world. This just feels so icky. And now I'm saying goodbye to the future that I built for my family, fair and square, with a baby on the way, so a bunch of corrupt, dirty politicians can feed their babies. Our greatest politicians could be focusing on genocide, poverty, human trafficking, homelessness. It is not about privacy or national security. It is all about control. China doesn't want to spy on people pooping while they watch a Get Ready With Me. The government doesn't even hate TikTok. In fact, most of the Congress members that voted to ban TikTok are actually on TikTok, as are all their spouses and children. What the government hates is losing money out of their own pockets. The government hates losing control of the information we receive. And most importantly, The government hates when we talk to each other.
That young lady said a lot in that video. She said a lot. And she's 100% right. Government hates when we talk to each other. Government hates when they're losing money they can't control. And definitely the government hates not being able to control the narrative of the information being shared. It's not just our government, though. It's not just America. This is all governments that are established today do not want the ability for their people to have the ability to actually control the narrative of the information being out there. They want to be able to control it through the fact of social media. They want to be able to control it through the news outlets. Before I go any further, Cole, are you still on here? Let me know. Let me know if you're still in here on TikTok. But
She said she
they
was
want to be able
leaving.
to control it. Yeah, no, I seen that, but I wanted to see if she was still in here before she left. But they want to be able to control that. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. Especially being military personnel, that is a very powerful thing. If you can control that, because then you're able to do certain things. And listen, like I said, understand something, people. Even though if I'm saying anything about the government, this and that, I'm not talking overly bad about the government. I do believe there's far worse governments than us. And then I also do feel that there are some governments that have been better to their people than us. But at the same time, this is not the land of the free. Everybody's been sold a lie. This is not the land of the free. If this is land of the free, why is this an issue?
Did you watch some of the where they were questioning the CEO of TikTok? Did you watch some of
Mhm.
those? So basically,
Did you not see the video I played earlier?
they were just blaming him for people coming on to TikTok, searching for certain things, and then unaliving themselves because of the things that they watched, saying that they learned it from the app.
Oh, so you joined late.
And I was like, what? Is that how they got it passed?
Yeah. So you joined late because I already bring that up. Now, and I'm so glad you did say that though, because I am gonna. We got to step back and I gotta watch this one again.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok
I've got to watch this video again because that goes a lot along with what you're just saying there, Angel. It goes a lot along with what you're just saying there. And so I definitely want to watch this again because, like I said, it's comical, but at the same time, understand who these people are that's asking these questions and that are pushing these bills and now are taking away livelihoods from people because they don't understand what the heck is really going on. Take a listen.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the.
So if I have a
question.
TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate it if you can answer that.
Like, what gets me about that is the fact that this idiot literally asked this man about TikTok connected to the Wi-Fi. Do you not understand how a phone or internet service or anything works? If you're on your phone, if you don't want it accessing your home internet, turn your Wi-Fi off of your phone. Just turn your Wi-Fi. Just hit the little freaking thing in the well, I don't know about other people, but I know on iPhones, all you have to do is swipe down from the upper right corner and then click on Wi-Fi. Your Wi-Fi is off, and now it's on your data for your phone. It's not connected to your Wi-Fi. When I'm on TikTok, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even this was never an issue for me as far as all that crap. I am rarely ever on TikTok, especially when I'm at home, where I'm actually on my home Wi-Fi. Like, I'm always on my cellular. Like, I think except for a few times, I think I've been on Wi-Fi, but other than that, I'm usually 90%, 90 to 95% of the time, I'm on my phone data through my cell phone company. I go through T-Mobile. I'm not on freaking Wi-Fi on that. And it's like, well, can they access your home Wi-Fi? Idiot. Anybody can access your home Wi-Fi if you're on your home Wi-Fi. Like, how stupid are you? And these are the people that are running the country. And no one seems to question that. These idiots are the ones that are spewing this crap into American people's ears and down their throats. And they're worried about TikTok being something about propaganda. You do a very good job of propaganda yourself as a senator. The social media, news be damned. You, as a senator, coming through with these type of bills, trying to push this crap. And the thing that really got me was the video that was shown where they were talking about, where they kept asking him if he was a Chinese national. He's like, I'm Singaporean. Like, I don't have anything to do with the Chinese Communist Party or anything like that. I'm Singaporean. And then the same senator asked him, not this one, but the one that was asking that line of question was like, well, your wife is American. Your children aren't American. He's like, yes. He said, have you ever applied for American visa? He's like, no, not yet. He said, so you don't have a visa for any other country? He's like, no, I'm Singaporean. I served for my country in the military for 2.5 years. I'm Singaporean. He's not freaking Chinese nationalist. And it's like, why do you ask the same dumb question over and over again, expecting that? Like, does anybody understand what the definition of insanity is? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. If you pay attention to any of the line of questions that was asked of this man, they were asking the same question over and over again, and expecting him to say something different. And I commend him. I'll tell you, the CEO of TikTok, I commend that man because he couldn't have been me. I'm gonna tell you right now, the owner of TikTok, CEO of TikTok, could not have been black. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because I'm like, fool, you done asked me that same dumb question 5 freaking times over the last 3 seconds. The answer is no, dummy. I don't care how you rephrase the question. You're an idiot. Stop asking me that question. Next question. Let's move on. Next. Who's the next idiot up? Let's go. Next. I'm telling you right now. Hey, that's why I loved Obama. Because he made black people proud. Because there were sometimes when it came to the press conferences, I'd be like, bro, just let the blackness go. Just go ham on these fools. I got your back, bro. If somebody comes to you, I'm coming to your aid, bro. Don't worry about it. This stuff is ridiculous. Is Angel still here? Angel, you still here?
Yes, I'm still here.
I don't know why your picture's gone.
I don't know. It just disappeared.
I guess maybe TikTok and Facebook just like, or not Facebook, but YouTube was like, nah, we don't want our picture on there.
Nah, it's okay.
I mean, I don't know. I just have an issue with all. I mean, of course, I have an issue with all this. Like I said, and I think I mentioned this. I don't know if it was on the recap. I think maybe it have been the recap when I mentioned that. Like, I literally one video I did on TikTok, one video, just one, and I didn't even utter a word. I never said anything. You know what I'm saying? I never did anything. All I did was my facial expressions reacting to a song. And that one video overnight made me a TikTok success. I had 50 followers at that point in time. That video has gotten over 500,000 views. It's almost up to 600,000 views. And I went from, like I said, 500. Now I'm at 25K in followers on TikTok on one video. That lady says something that really resonated with me, is that this platform has allowed people, average people, even below average people, to be successful. I want you to think about that for a second. Who's pushing the ban? Billionaires. Because what sense does it make for everybody to be able to have the ability to be successful? What is the point in that? Where's the real profit for me as a billionaire with my company if someone else can be successful doing something else on a platform that I have no control over? It's time to wake up, people. It's time to wake up. I hope everybody, like I said, I want everybody to like this what we're doing here, but I want y'all to share this out. If you can go back, Angel done dropped out. If you can go back, like I said, I'm going. It's on our YouTube channel. It's going to be on our YouTube channel. We're going live. This is our YouTube channel. Birdman Show Podcast 9643. I encourage you to share this. Get people over to the channel. Like I said, like the channel, subscribe to the channel. But it more, like I said, even though our phone died, that's why. Even with TikTok, on the cusp of being banned, if it's not TikTok, it's going to be something else. It's going to be a different app. It's going to be something else. Like I said, it's going to get to the point where they're going to start monetize or monitoring everything. I mean, they already do. Let's be honest, they already do. Apple is a big one. I love Apple. I'm a big Apple user, but at the same time, I pay close attention to updates. Anything that changes on my phone, I automatically take off. They have a thing on Facebook. I think it's Facebook. Yeah, Facebook, where they do it. It's auto tracking on what you do on Facebook and this and that, where they have this. I turn all that stuff off. I turn off all my Facebook auto tracking as far as like advertisements and ads and everything that comes on there. All that stuff's off because I don't want them using my information to push advertise. I turned all that crap off. You know what I'm saying? If I want something, I want to go search for it. I don't want you listening to what I'm doing and then automatically I'm looking on my search engine and they say, no, oh my God, that one thing I was talking about, oh my God, that seems to be the same thing that's just popping up on my feed. That's awesome. No, it's not awesome. They're listening forever.
Right.
My mic is off. My cameras is off. I don't even use my Kinect anymore on my old Xbox because I don't know about you, there, Hydro. People didn't realize sometimes the old Xboxes would turn on automatically without you doing anything.
Yes. Yep. I noticed
Yeah,
that.
and even without a Kinect, it would still do it. But with the Kinect, you know what I'm saying, when you have the Kinect in, anybody that can get access to it could visually see what you're doing. Like I still have my 360, but it's not plugged in. I only plug it in when I'm playing it. Now my Xbox Series X doesn't have the Kinect. That's one thing I do like about it. They don't have Kinect or anything like that. I do like that. But I don't play that crap. What are some of your thoughts on what's going on, Hydro?
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Like you stated, there's many, many, many other actual issues that they could be taking care of instead of going and being like, oh yeah, we're gonna ban this. Like, I'm really trying to hold my tongue here on a lot of stuff. I'll save that for a private chat. But me and you we think alike and everything, so you could probably already tell what's on my mind. You probably already know. It pisses me off. They're a bunch of dumb fucks. They don't even know what the fuck's going on, honestly. So they can kiss my ass.
I'm with you. My thing is that I don't understand how we have people who are so out of touch with reality that are able to control so much goes on with actual people's lives. I mean, you can't have somebody who's a millionaire making decisions on something that affects something that's a couple $100. They don't understand what a couple $100 is. A couple $100 is a tip for them.
Yeah.
That's what they tip
Yeah.
with, a couple $100. So why would they understand how it affects someone who only makes a couple $100 in their everyday life? That's what you have in Congress. That's what you have in the Supreme Court. They don't care about the law. They don't care about what's right. They are making millions of dollars a year. They don't care about the actual people that are actually living in this country.
Hell no.
America does not care. The people that are in power does not care about the average everyday person, the actual backbone of this country. They don't care. I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not. I've seen it firsthand.
Me neither.
You know what I'm saying? I don't talk about a lot of stuff that went on when I was in the military. I don't talk about a lot of stuff that went on when I was on my deployments. I've seen firsthand that America does not care about its people. They care about what is going to benefit them. And when I say benefit them, it benefits those millionaires and billionaires that actually pay for the congressmen and the presidential campaigns to put people in power. That's it. And then, heaven forbid, you actually get a president that actually does care about the people. Let's just say Lincoln assassinated, JFK assassinated. They tried with other presidents, and then they figured out that, you know what? Let's not try to actually assassinate them physically. Let's just try to assassinate their careers. Let's try to assassinate their character. And that's what you're seeing with like Bill Clinton. That's what you're seeing with Obama. I'm gonna stop there because everybody else is just they were self assassinating themselves. But that's what you're seeing with them. Because I'm telling you, the worst thing you could do is make somebody a martyr. That's what happened with Lincoln. That's what happened with JFK. That's why if you noticed, and Hydro, tell me if I'm wrong. That's why if you noticed, that's the last time you really seen a president being attempted to be assassinated.
I did notice that.
After JFK,
And there's still some questions. There's still some questions I got about that too, though. About all the assassination.
oh, there's a lot of questions. I'm telling you. But if you know, like I said, if you notice,
Even
JFK was the last one.
whenever it comes to Martin Luther King, I got some questions about that too, because the shooter couldn't even see him. There was a tree in the way. So,
and like I want to go out there and I need to apologize to everybody who watched this on YouTube and everything. I messed up. We did an episode, a first episode of season 5 was the octopus murders, and I messed up and I played a couple clips from Netflix off of there, so it got pulled by Netflix because I'm not monetized. The Birdman show is not monetized on YouTube because we're not at 500 subscribers, and so it got pulled. And we talked about this. We talked about the Zapruder film. We talked about the fact that all that crap when it came to Jeff. We talked about it, and it got pulled. So I do apologize. It is still on TikTok. Matter of fact, I think after we get done with this, I'm going to pull that one. I'm going to download that video. And I'll try to figure out a way to make sure we get that out. But like I said, if you want to help us make sure we can avoid situations like that in the future, make sure you go to our YouTube channel at Birdman Show Podcast 9643. Make sure you like and subscribe to that channel for everything with the Birdman Show. As the looming ban of TikTok comes up after midnight tonight, when TikTok was they've already vowed that they're going to go dark after that, anyways. But make sure you go to the Birdman Show Podcast 9643 on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, like, and hit that notification bell to stay in tune. So that way you can keep rocking and rolling with us. But I think we're at like 112 subscribers for that. Like I said, we can get at least to 500. The whole copyright thing, monetization thing goes away, and I can go ahead and do those type of things. And I'm hoping if once that happens, my plan is if we can get to 500, I'm gonna re-release that Octopus Murders video or podcast that we did, so that can be out there. But yeah, I just everything with this whole thing, this whole ban, like I just wish people would wake
Hey,
up.
bro.
Go ahead.
Hey, sorry to cut
No,
you
you're
off.
good, bro.
I have to go pick up the homie. I gotta go pick up the homie from work.
Dude, you good? Because I think we're gonna go ahead and shut this down.
Okay.
But I just want to thank everybody once again for joining us. Thank you for giving us the likes and everything and doing what you do. Because TikTok, you've always been wonderful when it came to supporting us, this channel, what we're doing. Like I said, please make sure you go to our YouTube channel and you like the channel, like what we're doing. Make sure I'll throw that up there one more time. Like I said, it's there. Oh no, that's not the one. Whoops, whoopsie daisy, whoopsie. I said my bad. God dang, man, that's my fault. I hit the wrong one. I got too many birds. There's too many birds flying around here. But yeah, that's it right there. Make sure you go to our channel. Make sure you like that. Like I said, I'm on Lemonade right now. I'm not a big fan of it right now because it doesn't have the ability for us to go live. I am on Fanbase right now as far as the podcast goes. It is still Birdman Show, so same title, everything. As far as what it is right now on TikTok, I didn't change that, but I'll go ahead and throw that up there anyways. But for Fanbase, it's the exact same thing as it is for TikTok. So you can still find us on there. We'll be on there. But yeah, that's what we got going on. Hydro, you got anything else you want to say to the good people before we get up out of here?
Yeah, if y'all want to know how to stay in contact with me, obviously TikTok's going away. Just hit my DMs and I'll let you know where you can stay in contact with me at.
I could have sworn, maybe I didn't. Could have sworn, oh, that's all TikTok, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had everybody's TikTok.
Yeah, I keep my Facebook name kind of on a DL.
No, it's all good. I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I ain't mad about that.
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
I don't want my pops finding me.
I ain't even mad at you, bro. But like I said, man, we just want to thank everybody for joining us here on TikTok. Brett, it's good seeing you too, sis. Love you, mate. Hey, don't go so long without keeping in contact with us, girl. You got a family here, man. You got checking on your family. Make sure you do that. TikTok, I 100% love y'all, man. Y'all, it's been real talk. Like, I hope I wake up Sunday and we still here. We still good. We still rocking. I know President Biden said he wasn't going to enforce it, and he's going to leave that up to Trump's administration when they come in. So he's not going. So we might still have at least one more day, with it. So we'll see what happens. I hope we still here. We hope we still rocking. I hope President Trump actually, does something else. Like I said, I'm good with most everything else. You know what I'm saying, especially that child support thing. But I like I said, I love you guys, man. You guys have been real. Some of the realest people I've met outside of my military family. You guys are real. I love you guys so very much. So hey, I just gotta say sayonara. You know what I'm saying? We will be back for the Birdman Show over on our YouTube platform. We'll be back Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Time, where we'll be doing the Tower of London. This is a subject brought to us by Hydro himself. We'll be doing that. Like I said, it's going to be over on our YouTube channel, Birdman Show Podcast 9643. If we're still here on TikTok, we'll be rocking and rolling here on TikTok as well. But we'll be back here Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, the Birdman Show recap on Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Guys, I love you guys. Man, be safe. Be real. And wake up. That's all I got to say. Wake up. Just wake up. You heard me. So for the last time, maybe you already know what to do. Go ahead and do it with us. Birdman Show out.